Okay, cool. So we're going to take a look at doing some cool ASCII art. Now, ASCII art is used. Sorry, I'm using this resource, AsciiArt.eu. There's tons of them online, but this is the one I'm just using now. And what you do is you go to that website and you can find yourself a nice piece of ASCII art. So I am currently just jumping onto a website. I've kept it in a separate tab so you can't see just for the excitement, for the build up, for the anticipation. And all we're going to do is we're going to go right, paste. There you can see is a Batman logo. Now, what I'd like to do is make this Batman logo appear on the screen. Okay, so what I'm going to do is if I run it, obviously it's going to give me an error. So what we could do is we could say print. But like you've recommended before from our previous print videos, we have to do open bracket, close, open bracket, quotation, and a close quotation, and then put in this text and do each line one at a time. And that's a lot of work that nobody has time for. So what I'm instead going to use is I'm going to call this Batman. And I'm going to say Batman equals, I'm going to do colon, 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 or sorry, not colon, sorry, wrong one. Comment, 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 um, quotation, 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 and then do it at the end. So there should be three either end. Now what I can say is print, and I'm going to say print Batman. Okay. Now what I'm doing here is I'm making this variable called Batman, and Batman is all this stuff. That's what I'm saying. Those three quotations either end mean like basically all this stuff in here is Batman. Okay. And then I'm closing it off. So let's see what happens when I run it. Bada bing, it prints my Batman logo. Now, when you're using ASCII art, depends on who made it. Sometimes they can be a bit dodged, like this one is here. Sometimes you have to change the zoom on it. Okay, this one just looks like it's not a great choice. Doesn't really matter though. What I'm more interested in is this idea of uh, printing the variable I'd made earlier. So if I call this, instead of calling it Batman, if I called it carrot, when I run this, to give me an error because it's like, hey, Batman is not defined yet because I called it carrot. So if I want to do it, I'd have to call this carrot, print carrot. And oops, sorry, run. And you can see there prints the Batman image again. Now, if you print with the quotations in, print carrot, you'll just get the word carrot once it's done and loaded. There we go. Prints the word carrot. So this is telling it to print the variable carrot without the quotations, and then the quotations is just literally print the word that you see. Nice handy trick for when you want to print long things, but also bring us a nice introduction into our idea of variables. You could have one image, as I've done carrot here, but you could have one image as Batman, another one, and you could print them all separate. And it's nice and neat. It means when you're editing something, you're only editing this part of it rather than editing your actual code. And we'll play with more variables going along.